Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's time for Taroscopes. Again, can you believe it? This will be the Taroscopes for the sign of Libra. That's Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising for the month of June 2023. Before we get to the actual reading, I want to look at a little astrology that's happening in June. June is not quite as intense as May was, thank goodness. How many of those can we take? But there's still a lot happening, and there's still quite a bit of tension in the air. As a Libra, you're very consciously aware of what other people are going through. Sometimes you forget to consider yourself. However, it's important to do that this month. Self-care is important for everyone. Your ruling planet is Venus. Venus starts the month in Cancer, but quickly moves into Leo on the 5th. Venus will be in Leo until October 8th. And you say, well, that seems like a long time for Venus, which is generally in a sign for less than a month. But we do have a Venus retrograde cycle. So you can start preparing for that because Venus is your ruling planet. Venus in Leo is your 11th house, as it were, in your natural chart. And this is your friends. This is groups. Okay, so with Venus in there, Venus goes right into Leo. Venus in Leo is very friendly, very gregarious, very sort of, there's an openness, there's a drama to it. So you might see some increased drama among your friends. Of course, the 11th house isn't just friends, it's also new goals that you might have. It's also how you fit into the group dynamics. With Venus there, things should go along pretty well. Unfortunately, Venus goes retrograde, which is not really that unfortunate. It happens. And so it's going to be going retrograde and going over those points. It goes from 0 to 29 before it turns retrograde and goes back to 13. So those degrees between 13 and 29 degrees of Leo is the area of the chart where Venus is going to go over 3 times. So if you happen to have planets there at anywhere, those planets can be affected specifically. But as an 11th house phenomena, it's like great friends and then maybe not so great friends, and then coming back to see who really is a great friend. So there's a back and forth. But it should be very, very social in its way and very, very active with quite a bit of drama mixed in. But now Venus is going to be in Leo for a long time. So try not to exhaust yourself with all the fun you're having. Okay, Leo. We have a full moon on the 3rd. This is a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And with the sun, of course, in the opposite sign of Gemini. Sagittarius is your 3rd house of the lower mind. Gemini is in your 9th house of the higher mind. When you're a Libra, or especially if you're a Libra rising, the houses are sort of switched than their normal position. So there's always this sort of balance between love and hate when it comes to it's a little bit of a balancing act with, of course, wouldn't it be, with Libra on all levels. It's like seeing the other side. You know, everybody sees things in a certain way. You generally see things from the other side of things, and that's what helps you to navigate life as a Libra, always constantly taking into consideration both sides of things. That's why the scales are your symbol. You're always sort of balancing out. The full moon there illuminates something that you may or may not yet be aware of. It is stimulating the mind. It's stimulating both the logical mind, which is the 3rd house energy, and the intuitive mind, which is the 9th house energy. We do have Saturn square this full moon. Saturn in the 6th house of health. In fact, Saturn goes retrograde this month on the 17th. And so it's sitting in that 6th house of health. It's really important that you take care of your health. Saturn moving through that house, especially in Pisces, can be difficult to diagnose things. So you may be feeling weird or different and you want to know what's wrong with you. It's a little bit harder to know with Saturn in Pisces, and also Neptune is there as well. And Neptune also changes direction, but at the very, very end of the month. So Neptune and Saturn are sort of just sitting there in that sixth house of health. And so be gentle with yourself, be careful with yourself. It's especially important for you, Libra. You don't want to strain too hard. Libra rules the kidneys, and the kidneys hold the vital force, the chi. Your kidney chi is the chi that you're born with, and if it's strong through your life. But if you start weak, it's very difficult to up that chi. So know your limitations here, and don't overextend yourself, no matter how nice you want to be, or no matter how helpful you want to be to someone else. Sometimes we need to focus and concentrate on ourselves, which is what Jupiter, which just moved into Taurus, is reminding us. We must love and appreciate ourselves. Self-care is very important at this time, because we are under a lot of stress. Even if you're not in your own life stressed out, the stress around you can pull in if you're not careful. So you need to really practice healthy boundaries around help yourself, help others, but keep it to a minimum. Mainly because of Saturn in that sixth house of service and health. So just be aware of that. Okay, is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so, but if you want a bigger picture or a more specific picture about what's going on in the heavens, you can check out my Astrology Kabbalah of June, which will come out probably tomorrow on the 2nd of June. For the month of June, astrology, the Kabbalah numerology for the month, and then the first 10 days of June will be covered in that video. And then each week I will do the next week ahead. So if you want to get like the real specifics about the astrologies that interest you, Sabian symbols and synodic cycles and the like, I go over all that for your perusal, as it were. Okay, so that's what we're gonna stop there. And we're going to look at the cards. I'm using one of my favoriteest decks. This is Tower of the Spirit by Pamela Eakins. It's a great deck. It's very Kabbalah oriented. In fact, the book that comes with it is one of my favorite reference books for Kabbalah. And she is a PhD, and her mother did all the artwork. Now, I don't know if her mother is still with us or not. I've had this deck for a long time. I remember when this came out. I've had it, I think I've had it for 20 years, but maybe longer. All right. Let's see. Let's give it a good shuffle. Want to be fair with you guys, because you're always fair with us. It's not easy being a Libra. It isn't easy being a Libra. You have to get along with all the maniacs. No, you don't. No, you don't. A good Libra has a good dose of Aries in them. So you're nobody's, what is that, doormat? You're nobody's doormat. Ooh, we start with the fire, the daughter of fire, or the sister of fire in this deck. This is the Page of Wands. Messages coming to you, messages to whip up the energy. What is challenging that? Justice, karma, balance. A lot of information coming up. Your challenge is to keep your balance through it. Keep your balance. Very, very important. The Justice card is the card of 11. It's a master number, and it is about, to a certain extent, holding your ground. Excuse me a second. I apologize. I have to get the pollen. It's just, and even though I'm inside, sometimes it just like catches you right in the throat. And it's not just here. It was the same way in Ireland. A lot of pollen. Underneath it all is clarity. Clarity. You must get clarity. This is the Six of Swords. It's about balance. It's about moving out of troubled waters. It's about finding the balance point and seeing things for what they are. The sixes are always associated with the heart chakra. So it's about being in your heart. And your heart isn't just a heart for others, but it's a heart for yourself as well. Let's see the past. We have the 5 of Cups or the 5 of Water. There has been some mourning, some suffering. You've been through the mill, so to speak. You've lost some things, but you can see that you still have 2 cups full of life and love and opportunity. That once you're done with your mourning, you still have something to move forward to. And in that, that increased awareness through the experience that you've had. So it hasn't been easy, Libra. It has not been easy. In the sky, we have the magician. The magician. You have the power. I got the power. Boop, 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 boop. This is about focused intention. It's telling you to focus your intention. Create your reality. It's possible. It's possible. It's out there for you. Your immediate future, or really, this card is the card for the month. This is the major energy for the month. And we get the Sister of Wind. The Sister of Wind. The Sister of Wind in this deck is the truth teller. She sees the truth. She speaks the truth. She stands up for the truth. It's a transformational energy. It's an energy that takes a lot of courage. Now, very often Libras are of the ilk to sort of hold their tongue or hold back from saying things in hoping not to hurt anybody's feelings or cause too much disruption. But sometimes you have to just stand up and say it. And they're asking you to have clarity. So be absolutely sure of what you say and then say it. I always see this card as she's hitting a home run right out of the ballpark, right out of the ballpark, right out of the focus, the normal sort of the normal energy that encases you. You're out of the ballpark, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. How people see you as somebody who's doing their work, somebody who's stable, somebody who cares about family, cares about the earth, and wants to be of service to humanity. Your domestic situation, yes, sirree, the Ace of Cups, I like this. You know, especially with the 5 of Cups in the past, this is love, compassion, overflowing. You deserve to be happy. You can be happy in your home. Your hopes and fears, your hope, strength, that you're strong enough to do this. You are, I will tell you. And your outcome card, mastery. I love it. Mastery. This is the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, which in fact is a Libra card. Is a Libra card. So it's about balance, it's about mastery. But there's also butterflies here. So it takes transformation to get here. And of course, there's a butterfly on this card as well. I see that butterfly. So you are cracking out of the chrysalis. You are cracking out of the chrysalis, and this is what this is about. You're getting the clarity that you need to take the power and to focus your intention. Let's see if we can get a major arcana. Father of Water, I picked 3 at the end to see if I can get it. Fear, don't be afraid. And the Sister of Water, you have friends and people who will support you and help you move through the fear, because this is kind of a new thing for you, but they will be there for you. Underneath it all, we have the Father of Wind. This is the King of Swords. He holds the sword of justice. We have the 3 of Water, which is good friends. And we have the 10 of Fire, which says, unburden yourself, and trust those people who you know you can trust. Okay? Unburden yourself. If you don't, this won't be as powerful as it needs to be for you. Okay? All right, well, that's what I see, Libra. Hopefully that resonates for you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to come back to the reading. But things are looking up quite a bit, Libra, looking up. And I know sometimes it's hard to believe it, especially if you've been looking down for a while. And not because it was a choice to look down, but that's where you had to look to see what you had to see, right? But things are looking up for you. So I like that for you, Libras. And with Venus and Leo is all about standing up for yourself, for your will. Thy will be done, my will be done. Libra is ego, and Leo is ego, sorry. And Libra tends to put their ego to the side in order to get along. Sometimes that's exactly what you need to do, but sometimes you need to stand up and stand out and hit it out of the park. And that's what you're going to do this month. You're going to hit it out of the park only when you're ready and you're clear. Once you're clear, you do it. If you're not clear till the very end, that's fine too. And maybe it takes a little longer to be clear, but know that if you're coming from that place of equanimity, from balance, from mental balance, and from your heart, then you're not gonna, that home run that you hit will be a benefit, not only to others, which of course you're very interested in, but yourself as well. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like and subscribe. If you'd like to get a reading with me, there's a link below. If you would like to join my beginner's astrology class, or if you're one of my Kabbalah students and you want to continue with me for the second part, that is available as well. The links below. And I will see you again next month. Take care, everyone. Namaste.